Hello everybody, Derpalypse here, and welcome to the final chapter that I'll be reading for Leviathan. It's finally fucking time. It's been a while. At least, like, not a year. It's been at least 10 months since I did the first chapter, and we're now finally ending this shit. So, yeah. It's been a while, but this is the first series I actually completed. Goddamn. Yeah, I know. But yeah, we finally did it. So, yeah, it's over now. So, this chapter, whoo. This chapter, this is a good closing to the story of Leviathan. But before we get into it, let me just talk about the new ID that we just got. You got a new teaser for Honglu, R-Corp Honglu, specifically the Reindeer Squad. I'm pretty sure it is because I have let me get both images peeked up for you guys. Here you go. But like, yeah, we finally got the R-Corp ID. It's been a while. I don't know when that's been here. Last R-Corp ID. Probably at the start of the game. Probably that's when we got the first time, I believe. I don't think there has been another R-Corp ID since like 2 years. 2 years, yeah, 2 years just about. So yeah, we finally got one. It is gonna be Honglu with the reindeer team for the just in time for his Kanto. Has him being in the angry face, so holy shit, we might be seeing this might be a teaser, guys. Angry Honglu, this might be a teaser. Or at least concerned, this disgruntled, whatever that facial expression is. That Honglu, we're gonna see it a lot more in this cat coming up. I promise you, it's gonna happen. But yeah, it's a reindeer Honglu. We're gonna be seeing more of it next week. But yeah, let's get on with Leviathan book 20. I actually forgot the title. Book 20, the final book, Charon and Garnet. Let's get started. So we start off this chapter on not such a high note, actually. So Virgilius figured out how to deal with Squamling. I still can't say his name. But he figured out how to deal with that shit, and he starts to close his eyes, and that was probably the biggest mistake he's probably made so far, because instead of not moving and just staying still, it actually goes and attacks Garnet's jewel and completely shatters it. Oopsie, oopsie. Goodbye, Garnet. Garnet's permanently gone. Forever. Oh, that goddamn! That's literally what happens. Like in the first fucking page, Garnet gets like sliced up, or wherever that jewel form of him was, it gets sliced and diced up when Georgia stops looking at it. So, damn, Garnet is actually gone. He's been watching this entire time. So yeah, after Scarfidus kills Garnet, he doesn't, or I guess not kill Garnet, just destroys whatever was left of him. Virgilius doesn't really take too kind to that, so he decides that he's going to try to torture this thing as long as possible instead of finishing the job very quickly. And then he decides to just plunge his sword straight through the eye socket, which got to hurt. He put it straight in the eye socket of the Scarfidus and just stabs it and leaves it in there for a while before he decides to lift up the sword from inside the key socket, like upwards, and just cut that thing in half from the middle. And before he does it, he says, "Now I'm the one who pierced." On some fucking on some goofy shit. I'm like on some fucking ship bandit shit. I'm the captain now type energy. Like, I don't know why he said that like that, but he goes in, he cuts it in half. It's now dead. He completed it very easily. And yep, there goes Scarfidus is no longer being here with us. So after he takes care of Scarfidus for the last time, he goes around the lab trying to see what he can find, and he finds his radio with Lan Yen speaking through it. And he's trying to say that to for my head. Hold on. And Lan Yen is on his last breath right now. He's trying to warn Virgilius that the N Corp has found him, and they're trying to trying to kill everyone in the office right now because they've broken a taboo of those pictures that they saw with the location of the laboratory. That was a taboo that they couldn't see apparently, and so N Corp got all their guys and went to, I believe they're in S Corp, right? I think they're in S Corp right now. Let me actually make sure. V Corp is V Corp, yeah. So they took N Corp, got all their like execution squad members, took them to V Corp, and they wiped out Virgilius' office while he wasn't there. And Lan Yen, he just so happened to be there too. They just got rid of him as well. So everyone at the office is now dead. Virgilius is by himself now, officially for right now at least. Everyone he knew and loved is now gone. Rako, Nazul. We don't know about Denver. We don't know what Denver is like getting hit brainwashed. She might pop up in the Olympus company. We don't know. And Lanyan's last words was to look out for Ryako, Nazul, and Denver for him. And that's his last message. He also says he says pass his special bonus on to them when they grew up. So he's talking about some orphanage, but I'm not orphanage like that. The children at the orphanage, but ooh, Lanyan, they're not here anymore, buddy. Vergilius actually killed them. Well, he didn't kill them. They got turned into monsters. Then he killed them, and also Nazul and Rikako dead. Rikako dead. Denver's getting high with some R-Corp goons. I mean, not R-Corp, Ring goons. So she's doing fine-ish, probably, maybe. But yeah, and that's the end of everyone in his office. So after Lanyan releases his final message for Vergilius, the Scrumvertus turns, like I had to one more time. It turns into a little box form, which is basically like the eggs that we see in Olympus Company now. I guess it's not really egg shaped right now; it is just box shape. But it'll be worked out later. Maybe we'll see with maybe we'll see with Olympus Company. Maybe it's possible. But we haven't actually. That's actually funny. He should have been the ones that we should have seen, because he's a Hay, right? And he is an important part to Vergilius's story, because it's the guy that killed everyone. At least this version is the one that killed everyone at the orphanage, everyone that killed at the office, all because of Jun Soon and his antics to cause this shit to happen. So he might show up in Leviathan. I mean Olympus Company. I don't know. We don't have a strong for this in Olympus Company that we know of. And I don't think we had any teaser of him yet, which is actually kind of weird. But yeah, that is it. That's for him. And Vergilius is just staring at the Scavengers' egg form, and he's like, you know what? I have to leave this place. I have to crash out and kill everyone because this city needs to be punished. So he's about to go on a crash out raid right now after seeing this shit. And as he's on this new mindset for himself, he calls like a conversation with a color fixer that we know, or not color fixer, with a grade 1 fixer. Grade 1. Shit. That's like color fixer. Well, I dropped something. We get a conversation that he had in the past with a fixer that suffered the same fate. So during a conversation with a guy that we certainly don't know the name of, we don't know what he looks like or what he could possibly be, Desires gets brought up into the conversation, and the guy in question says he wants to move into a nest with his wife, but it's getting very hard because he can't get a nest pass to actually get in. And this is actually going to be his last job. And he's just going to stay in the back streets of District 9, I believe. Yeah, District 9. And since he couldn't get into a nest, and that's where his wife wants to stay because she likes it there. And when the guy asks for Vergilius what his desire is gonna be, Vergilius speaks it out. We don't get to see what Vergilius says, but his reaction to Vergilius's desire is saying that was very, very unexpected, and it doesn't matter. I guess it really doesn't matter. Everyone who becomes a color fixture, they just become a little bit crazy in some way. So whatever Vergilius said, it wasn't something Verlin expected, or he doesn't think that's gonna ever be possible for Vergilius to accomplish. But he also says near the end, it might not be impossible for him to make. But after he said that, but don't take that ever. But after he says that, he says don't take this too seriously. That's that, and this is this. So let's see. This is a pretty interesting phrasing he did here. I wonder who this guy could be. I wonder who this mystery person could be. So after it does a flash forward into the future, in the flashback, I guess it's a flash forward in the flashback, and we just see Vergilius just staring at a computer by himself with what seems to be Silence? Is that the Black Silence? I don't think that's the Black Silence, guys. I don't know who that is. That's not the Black Silence. But yeah, he's just staring behind him, and he recalls the conversation about his dream, is asking if you had anything to do with the pianist incident. And I'm like, when I was reading this for the first time, I'm like, damn, you really gonna suspect Virgilius of all people to be like, you cause the pianist guy to go and do a crash out and just kill like a good portion of the people in District 9, right? Yeah, District 9. I forgot exactly where. I'm pretty sure it's the same district Roland lived. So yeah, Roland. Yeah, let me drop all pretests and all this shit. Yeah, it's Roland. But yeah, Roland asked him if it was his doing that caused this shit to happen, which he was. I don't know if he was gonna go and try to attack Virgilius. Virgilius seemed to think so. Like, he starts to get on guard. And he's like, all right, this guy, I have to get full power with this guy. If I don't get full power with this person, he's probably gonna end up killing me. So I have to go full power in case he does. And so they have a little bit of a conversation about what happened with the pianist. Virgilius feels sorry for Roland for what happened to him. This is also before the orphanage incident. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's before the orphanage incident, so Virgilius didn't lose anybody yet, but he does feel sorry for Roland, and Roland doesn't really care what he says because he doesn't even feel like Virgilius meant it. Virgilius even meant it. And then Roland goes on and talks about his desire that Virgilius been telling him, and he asks him if you better be telling the truth. And if he does it, he's probably gonna come back and try to kill him. He's like, yeah, that was a bloodthirsty Roland. So he was a menace. He was actually going for people that probably had no fucking clue what the fuck what they did wrong. If he went after Virgilius. And now we're back in the present with Virgilius by himself once again. But as he's looking through the lab, one of the pods start to open. The lab pods had the children inside them. And he sees that it's actually Lapis that comes out of it. But Lapis doesn't say that his name's, oh fuck, I hate this shit. So, which is actually Charon, not Lapis. Charon says, Lapis, I'm not Lapis, my name's Charon. And so that's when Virgilius realizes that Lapis is effectively dead now. She's actually gone, and there's only Charon left. So as Virgilius is looking through, I guess he's looking for documents that he can sell in the lab. After he's going through the lab and trying to look for some more more to sell and to secure for something, Charon goes up and tries to see what he's doing, and she found this actual red rock, which is Garnet right now, which is what was the remains of Garnet after sliced him and sliced and diced that egg form he had of him. And after that, it was like there was a big boom sound that ran across the lab. It said it was a sound of explosion, and Virgilius was expecting to be Incorp Gooms coming out, but instead of Incorp Gooms, it was the LCA Special Operations Team that came into the building. And so this is where we finally meet the Limits Company tie-in in the Leviathan. So yeah, it's finally here. It's finally here. Y'all ready for this? I'm ready. Y'all excited? I'm excited. Let's wave it. Jazz hands. You can't see my jazz hands, but I'm doing jazz hands. It's finally time to get to the tie-in. Let's do this. All right. Well, I guess you could say Charon was a tie-in, but that's Charon. She's always a Virgilius. But LCA comes in here, and the first person we see from the LCA is actually Faust. Yeah, it's Faust. Faust shows up, and she offers Virgilius a deal to try to get Garnet and Lapis back. And Virgilius is like, let's hear what you have to say. The end. That was a tie-in. So that's the Limits Company tie-in. That's right. We waited 20 chapters for Faust to say, we can get Lapis and Garnet back for you. You in? It's like, yeah, I'm in. It's like that's basically, so yeah, that's the end of book 20. That is also the end of Leviathan chapter 20. So yeah, it's been a minute. We finally got this completed. Thank you, Snakefin FS, and then reviewed by, I can't say the name, King G. I'll have it put up for y'all so you can see who actually translated and reviewed like the language for the chapter, because this is also a fan translated chapter, not the official, because they still don't have those out for us yet. But yeah, that was Leviathan. So that was an interesting little story. Feel really bad for Virgilius. It was pretty good to read through. I might do another video on Leviathan, just doing like an entire like breakdown, like the entire like summary of the entirety of it. Since now I've actually read, I can actually make a video about that now. And probably about like 20 minutes longish, potentially. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but like most videos I saw for Leviathan, it's like 2 hours for like one chapter, and it's like, bro, I'm not watching for all that shit. That's why I wanted to break my videos down to at least like 10 to 20 minutes. 30 possibly, to make it easier to digest. But I can also just make another video with just a whole summary, and just now I know what's going on. Let me actually see Leviathan Limits Company just to see for myself. But yeah, there's either meme videos of it, or it's not like actual like breakdowns of the actual chapter, I think. Oh, there's actually one video made. There's actually one guy made by Lambo. I never saw this shit. Made by Lambodi. Oh no, it goes through it actually goes through the 9 chapters, not the entire chapter, not the entire. Not the entire series. So I might do like another video. Yeah, I probably am. It's not gonna happen right away or soon. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I am gonna try to probably make a full like summary of Leviathan, if someone else doesn't do it. I was hoping someone else would probably do it, but they didn't. So I'm gonna do it myself, I guess. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.